Open the brain. Okay, so you can see we've got two speakers here, okay? This is called the main, this is the main speaker, and this is where all the fun stuff happens. Okay, so in this speaker we've got two wireless microphone receivers. So what happens is when you use one of these microphones, the signal goes out of here and it goes into one of these. Okay, so I've programmed these microphones so that this one is, or haven't turned it on yet, but this one will talk to this one and that microphone will talk to this one here. Okay, so that's what those two are, and we'll cover more of the microphones in a second. And what this thing here does is it sends, the microphone signal comes into here, and then what this does is it sends the signal from this speaker all the way over to this speaker. Wirelessly, obviously. And what you guys can do is you can have this speaker can be 80 meters away from that speaker. That's basically how the wireless transmission works. So it can be 2 meters apart, like we've got it here, or it could be 80 meters apart. You can see, if you kind of look through the grill, you can see there's two speakers. There's one big one and one small one. Yeah. What you want to avoid is facing the capsule of this microphone at the speaker. So, I mean, if I was doing a presentation here, I'd have the speakers in front, and I'd make sure that I was standing. This capsule, just stand behind the speaker, okay. And then that's going to avoid any feedback. You guys have heard feedback? You know, it's pretty nasty. Yeah, it's like wee. Yeah, we don't want that. So basically, what we've got here is a wireless microphone. Obviously, we've got the battery compartment in here. It's got two rechargeable batteries in it, and there's actually a recharger which I'll show you a bit later. If we turn this microphone on, we'll get a little blue light, and there's a little LCD panel here. Can everyone see that? Little panel? Yeah. On the panel, we can see the battery, how much battery it's got. You can see there. And we can also see the channel. See the CH? So what channel was this microphone on?
15.
15, yeah. So if we come over to this, unit here, we can see we've got two microphone receivers. So that's where the special powers from this microphone go into this box. So we've got two receivers. So do you want to come up and just have a look at these? And we can see one here and one here. So have a look at these and see if you can tell me which one of these is on channel 15. Smashed it, yeah. So we've got a little thing here, channel 15, and they've got 100 channels each, okay? Oh, wow. So they've got lots of channels, but I've just set them apart at 1 to 15. And we can see that this channel, this is getting possibly a little bit technical, but for the teachers out there, we can see that this channel is 627.5 megahertz. This channel is 624. So if I speak into this microphone now, since it's on, there's going to be sound coming out of the speaker. Okay? What happens is if I hold down the set button, until this frequency light flashes, and I change the channel to channel 19, doesn't work anymore. That's not cool. But the clever people at Trio have given us infrared connectivity. So you guys can see this says IRDA on here, and this little one here says IRDA. So if anyone changes the channel on either of these microphone receivers, what you do is you face this black square against that black square there. So face them together and hold down this little red button that says sync. So hold that down for a couple of seconds and you'll see a blue light come on here. That microphone is now resynced to that channel on that receiver. So it's got really quick connectivity if you do get into the case where someone's changed the channel on the receiver and you just need to change it back. What channel is this mic on, mate?
15.
15. Okay, so now that same guy, remember we changed this to channel 19. So it says 19 here. So what channel is this one here on?
1.
1. Then we got the little square there. Yeah.
Sync.
Yep. Nice.
Now talking to it, say
Hello.
Yeah. So there we go. As easy as that. There's 4 different colours, so you can have a you know, there's 4 different houses. Your houses are probably that colour. They were when I was at school. You know how everyone saw me unscrew this just before? Don't do that. This capsule is very delicate, and if you drop that on the ground, the microphone will break. You've also got a couple of other really cool features on here, including Bluetooth. So if you've got a device which is Bluetooth enabled, which I'm assuming you do, when you play an appropriate song to play at a school, you press play and it comes out of the speaker. So this is your little volume here for the Bluetooth. You can turn it up. There's a voice priority. So if you're at a school gala and I speak into this microphone, yeah, congratulations to everyone that came to the day today. And then I take the mic away from my mouth. It'll turn itself back up. Slowly, so if someone's face is beside the speaker, you don't get. So if it's off, you can just talk over it and it won't turn down, and it's cool. But as soon as you turn it down, it'll, once the microphone reaches a certain threshold, it'll turn the music off. So that's your Bluetooth. So you've also got a little link button here. You see the little red button? Sometimes when you're using Bluetooth and the Bluetooth isn't working, or the device isn't picking it up, you just press this little link button and that kind of reinitiates the Bluetooth signal. You've also got a digital player in here with a recorder, so if you've got music on a USB or an SD card, you can stick that in I should have brought a USB. You can stick that in here and there'll be a little LCD comes up with track number 1 or whatever, and you can press play and pause and play music off that as well. And you can also record whatever's coming out of the speakers onto a device as well. So if you want to record your gala day or your prize giving or a kid's speech, and then you can see obviously we've got a bunch of different options here. So this is obviously your traditional microphone in, and it's a double socket, so you can see you can plug a microphone in here, but you can also plug a guitar or a keyboard or anything on the jacks. Yeah. So that's your volume for that. Okay. We've got 2 line ins, so if you take these, that's an RCA input, an input and an output. So if you had an iPod that you wanted to plug into, or an iPad or something that didn't have Bluetooth, or a laptop, you can get an RCA to a mini jack and you can plug that in, and so that's the volume for that. And that will just output on that as well if you wanted to output to some. Yeah, there's so many things that you can use. And then we've got a 2-band EQ, a bass, so if I turn this music up, I can turn the bass up. Just leave those at 12 o'clock because you don't really. A mastering engineer's gone to a lot of work to make this make this album sound good, and you can turn it up here as well. So this is really where everything happens, and this is where really all you need to set on this device is the receiver, so how it's receiving its signal. So you've got 2 volumes on this speaker as well. You've got the volume that the signal is coming in from the speaker, so you could maybe just leave that at midway, and then you've got another volume that you can turn up here as well. And a bunch of different inputs and outputs, which you don't have to worry about because yours is wireless. So you'll get 8 to 10 hours of battery life per speaker, per charge.
So how long to charge?
You can just put them on overnight. Yeah, and that's really the only maintenance that you need to do on these systems, is make sure that they're charged. The batteries are replaceable, so we can replace the batteries, but we want to avoid at all costs. Yeah. Technically, I would turn off this receiver first, and then I would turn this whole box off. And then I would turn off this transmitter, so just push and hold. Obviously make sure that Sputnik aerial is down. I'd turn off the microphone receivers, making sure that the microphones are off first. And then I'd turn off the Bluetooth. And then I'd turn off the unit. Yeah. What will happen if everything is on is you'll get a little pop. And that's the speaker going, hey, everything was on and now you've turned me off. And It's probably not a kid's job to take them off the stand because they're reasonably heavy. So you've got the see-through side and you've got the mesh side. So the mesh side goes to the front, see-through side goes to the back. So you can still see, you can see which one is which. So that just goes nicely over there. And you've got your extendable handle that you can
Don't even ask.
that you can roll it around with.
Please just go away. Yeah, we've got an old set of those stands in the corner there, yeah.
This bag is really good. It means that you don't have to. It means that you don't have to carry these because they're awkward to carry, right? So straight in the bag. Make sure that this guy doesn't get caught. Zip it up, and then you can just chuck it on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah. The wireless mics have batteries, obviously, and these, you see, there's little gold pins in the end of the mic there. You see, there's some little gold pins in this charger. Yeah.
Cool.
So these mics.
Andrew will love it because we don't have to ask for batteries anymore.
And they don't have a place. They don't have a home. They can sleep anywhere.